Hello my friends. Today I am making some chili. I soaked some beans earlier this morning in boiling water for an hour and then I cooked them for another hour, so they are ready. I've got a lot of black beans in here, so this is going to be a black bean chili. I just started chopping up my onion and then the phone rang and so I started recording again because I didn't get very far. But now my phone is on airplane mode, so they won't bother me. So I've chopped off the ends, and I'm going to put them in my butt bag. And this is what I use to make broth. So I'm going to put all of the vegetable ends and just parts that I'm not going to use. I put them all in there. And then when it's time to make broth, then I soak them in water for a few hours with bay leaf and some thyme and rosemary, basically whatever herbs I've got that are good for soup. So I'm not the best at cutting, in case you can't tell. I'm self-taught. I've never really been a professional cook or anything like that, so I'm sure that I'm not doing it in the best way, but it works for me. And I love making chili because it's really great for cleaning out the fridge of just whatever you've got odds and ends of. So I've got a little bit of a sweet potato that I'm going to use. Oh, I'm crying. And I've got these 2 parts of peppers. I don't know why I have 2 separate ones, but I do. So I can use all that up. And it makes me really happy because then when I go and clean the fridge, which I need to do today, there's not as much stuff to throw away. I really hate wasting food, so I like to use all of it. Ooh, I'm crying. I've heard this. Hold on. I've heard that if you, oh see, look, I've got tears. If you light a candle, then it supposedly helps with that. So I'm gonna light this candle, and it will also light my cooking area. Oh, that's nice. So I hope that helps dry my tears. Probably noticed I've been posting a lot of videos. I've really been enjoying making them. I think one of the reasons why is that I need to be busy all the time and I need to feel like I'm constantly making and doing stuff, that if I'm doing something like cooking, I could just cook Or I can make a video while I'm cooking, and maybe somebody will be happy about that, and it will bring them some joy in their life, or something like that, or some relaxation. I don't know. So I'm like doing twice as much because I'm cooking and doing something else. I don't know. That's just my theory, but I think it fits. So maybe I should do this whole onion. I probably should. I'm gonna do this whole onion. I'm gonna do 2 peppers. I mean, chili is basically vegetables, especially if it's vegan. We've got some vegan soy chorizo, which we're gonna use, but other than that, it's all vegetables. Also got jalapeno pepper, and I think this is a serrano pepper. I'm not 100% sure. I just get like a big bag of all the hot peppers at the store when I can. So I'm gonna do 1 of each, and that should be good. I like making it a little spicy, but not too spicy, because I know people like to add their own hot sauce. So I have to leave a little bit of space for that. the stairs, probably. Alright, there we go. So I have to make sure I wash my hands really well before I touch like my eyes or anything. Or I will be sad. Should I do another pepper? I'm gonna wait and see. Probably, but I'll wait and see. I've got this sweet potato. I'm gonna do this. Ooh, it's just really hard to cut. Oh, sorry. You know what? I heard this trick. I don't know if it'll work for this as well. I'm gonna try microwaving it for like a minute or two. I know it works for butternut squash. It should work for sweet potato too. Yeah, that's even a little bit better. It's a little bit squishier. It's hot though, I'm gonna let it cool. So I'll do these first, and then I'll do that. So I like to do a mix of fresh tomatoes and canned diced tomatoes, partly because I don't like chopping all those tomatoes up myself, and partly because I feel like the diced ones in the can are a little bit softer, so they like disintegrate a little more, so you get a good mix of chunks and like more tomato mush, sort of. I don't know if that makes sense. And chili really, I mean, I'm sure there's like authentic ways to make it, but I just sort of, I like to put tomatoes, peppers, beans, certain types of spices, and corn, but I mean, everything else you really have a lot of flexibility with what specific vegetables you add, what beans you're using, what meat or meat substitute you're using. I've seen jackfruit chilies. Sometimes people will just use extra beans for like some no meat substitute. You can also use texturized vegetable protein, I think is what it's called, TVP, or like one of those like ground beef crumble like substitute things, which are basically TVP, just more expensive. But you can make that at home for a lot cheaper. You can buy TVP in bulk and just season it how you want it, and it's basically that same stuff. I know there's some they're making now that are like pea protein, which is kind of cool. Alright, so that's like 2.5 tomatoes. Let's see how it's looking. Yeah, definitely needs more tomatoes. Let's hard. No, it'll work. I'm just gonna cut it in like really small chunks because I want it to cook evenly. And also, I just like having small chunks of everything. Because then when you have a bite, it's not just like one thing, it's a bunch of different flavors. So yeah, I'm trying to do little cubes, like between this size and this size. I don't know. So now I've got this soy chorizo. And this is basically GBP also. I could probably make this. Yeah. It's just a matter of getting the spices right. But this is not too expensive, and there's always the question of, you know, I could make this, but am I actually going to, and how much time will it cost me, and is that time worth the money that I'm saving? So those are important questions to ask yourself. We soak our beans ourselves instead of buying canned beans, which is one of those things that I'm like, it's slightly cheaper, but is it really cheaper when you count in all the labor? I don't know. But it might be. I mean, you can get beans for really cheap. I'm looking for a little spatula. Here, I got this little baby spatula. This is perfect for getting tomato paste out. So I had this already opened, so I get to use it up, which makes me really happy. Because I get it out of the fridge before it goes bad. Stews in general are just great for that. Like, you can kind of make your own recipe whenever you're making a stew. That's always what I do. Alright. Let's see how we're looking. I need another can of diced tomatoes if we have it. Oh no! I almost forgot the garlic. This is very important. We got this giant tub of garlic and we go through it in like 2 weeks. So I use lots of garlic. But garlic is good for you. It's good for your heart. It makes everything taste good. One of people's main complaints with vegan food is that it's not very flavorful. So garlic, nutritional yeast, salt and pepper, you know, that helps. Really just spices in general. I mean, people like, tofu is bland. Like it needs spices. It can't just be by itself. You gotta marinate that. You gotta like spice it and cook it well. Otherwise people are gonna think that all vegans eat is just like boring bland food, which is not true. I eat like way better than I ever did when I was eating meat personally, but and way healthier too. I eat so many more vegetables, and probably more cheaply, although I don't know if that's actually true because I end up like eating out sometimes, but I just only went to the store to be cheaper because vegetables are really cheap. So I'm going to pour a little bit of broth in. This is broth I made yesterday from like this bag of guts. Just enough. I still want it to be like a thick, chunky stew, but I want enough broth to like, give it a little bit of liquid. Okay, so I still need corn, and I think I'm going to add this other pepper. Yeah. But I think, oh, and I didn't add the beans yet either. Duh. Alright. So why does it look so wrong? That's why. Got some black beans here. Add, let's see how much of this. I'm gonna add 3 cups of beans, I think. So you probably would add like 2 cans of beans if you're using canned beans. I don't know exactly what the exchange is, but that looks good to me. Got some frozen corn. I love corn, and I think a good chili needs a lot of corn. You know, it actually looks good. I don't think I'm going to add this other pepper. I don't think it needs it. There's like, if I hadn't added the squash, I probably would add it, but there's a good ratio going on right now, and I don't want to fuck with that. I'm going to pour a little bit more broth in, and I think that's good, because some of that's going to evaporate. Anyway, it should be fine. Okay, so I have this cooking on high. I'm going to let it cook for a little bit just to get warm, and then I'm going to add the spices. Actually, no, I'll add the spices now. Let's see. So So I'm just gonna kind of approximate on these. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of chili powder. Actually, no, I'm gonna start with a half tablespoon because I don't want to overspice this and have people not want to eat it because it's too spicy. That might even be a lot. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna add a generous dash of cumin. This is probably about a half teaspoon. And I'm gonna add half teaspoon of garlic powder and of paprika and red onion powder. And it might need some salt, but I'm gonna wait and see. I'm just gonna let it cook like this for a little bit, and then we'll reassess in a few hours. But this looks like it's gonna be a delicious chili. Here, I'll show you. Here's the chili we've made. It looks delicious. You can see that sweet potato and tomato and the pepper. And I have it cooking on high right now. It should be ready maybe in 4 hours or so, which is perfect because it's about 1 o'clock right now. Maybe 5 hours. If we eat it by 6, it should be perfect. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this simmer. Where did I put that lid? Here we go. And I can't wait to eat it. I might make some of that nacho cheese from the other video to go with it and eat it with chips. But it could also be used on nachos or in burritos or tacos, or you could put it on like a vegan hot dog. Anything you want. I think it's going to be really good. Okay, well that's all for now. I hope you all enjoyed, and I know it's not really chili season, but maybe you feel inspired to make something. In any case, I hope this was relaxing and enjoyable for you, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, bye.